I am so tired. However, we got something new. Hello again and welcome back to another episode from Bug Realms. I'm Bugman Sam. You're going to have a bit more of a casual me today. I've had a really rough week at work, chilling out now in my dressing gown. I want to let you guys know we have a new addition to the Bug Realms family. The original idea for this video was going to be the rehousing, and I was so excited to do it. However, it's not going to be, and for that I am sorry. Reasons being, the enclosure that I got it in from the pet shop, I thought would do it for a little while until I could finish my week at work, get my equipment set up and film the rehousing. Though after like a day or two, I was coming back from work having a look, and it just seemed a little bit stressed out to me, and I wanted to get it into a brand new enclosure, which I have done so now quickly. So I did that, and it seems far more comfortable now than it did originally. So sorry I didn't get to do the rehousing, but you will get to see it. Now I want to give a shout out to a gentleman I work with called Sam, like me, for actually driving me to pick up our new said invertebrate. Now I am naming it after him, but I'm not calling it Sam like ourselves. I'm not going to tell you his full name either, because I don't want to have to give that out to you guys, but its name is going to be related to his surname. So our new addition, which you will see shortly, is now called Pickers. If any one of you guys already know him, you'll know exactly what Sam that I'm talking about. And for those of you that don't, well, maybe he'll be in a future video and he'll reveal his full name. Anyway, it's only going to be short clips, guys, of the new edition, because it's still in its settling down mode. I won't be feeding it in this video either, because it won't necessarily take to food until it's comfortable with its new environment. But we will definitely have more clips of it in the future. We're going to follow this video on by a very quick recap of the invertebrates we got in our first video, the unboxing video. If you haven't seen it already, skip along back to the first. I haven't got very many videos on my channel as of yet, so it shouldn't be hard for you to find. Have a look at it, see what the additions were like when we got them, and I'll show you how they are now. And that's going to be it for today, guys. New edition recap. So here we go. Here's our new edition. So first off, here we have the enclosure, guys. This is the new setup. This is the one that it came in. You can see, although the size isn't bad, it is quite shallow. It's got fake plant in here, little water dish. Now, if you see anything moving in there, it's just a fruit fly that escaped from my little fruit fly colony for my baby mantis. There is, in fact, two hides in here. So we have the bigger hide here, and then we have a small one as well in here. Now, this was cocoa fibre. Some of the substrate came in with some little bits of bark in, and we've got sphagnum moss on the top. Now, I use the sphagnum moss for anything that likes to be kept humid, and this invert does like to be humid. Now, I'll probably give it away for anyone that knows them. They're from, if you pronounce it right, Laos, Asian forest species. So yeah, if you didn't guess it already, it is an Asian forest scorpion. I believe it's pronounced Heterometrus laoticus, this particular species. Now, I don't want to disturb it too much, because it's still in its settling down period into the new enclosure, but I'll try and get it out for you now so you can have a quick look. It's just right under here, but I don't want to destroy the home completely because it's still settling down. Here we go. So there we have him, guys. I'm referring to it as a him. I'm not actually sure fully how to sex a scorpion yet. I am a first time keeper of scorpions. If I'm going to be honest with you, I'm more comfortable talking about things like stick insects and things that I've kept for years and know a lot about. But what I can tell you is they do like a humid environment, a warm environment, especially being from like Laos or Vietnam. I would feed him for you, but it's still in its settling time for the enclosure, so it's probably not going to be willing to take a prey. Now, I'm not going to try and annoy it too much, but I would like to bring it out a bit more for you to see. You can see the tail going there. There we go. It's buried a little bit, so it's got some on him there. But, oh, not a happy chappy at all, look. I think what I'll do, guys, is I'm going to put him back, his hide back, so he can rest for a bit. there is something else cool I want to show you. Now, I suppose you've heard about UV lights on scorpions. Well, I'm not going to shine it on him for long because we don't actually know the true effect. Some say that it can harm the exoskeleton, some say that they can't notice it at all. But I just want to show you the effect quickly. Turn this one off. It's probably bugging him anyway. There. You can see the glow now. You can probably make him out better than with the bit of lighting that I used. Brilliant. Anyway, guys, we're going to pop him... Oh, we're going to pop the hide back in now for him. Let him settle down properly. Get the lighting out of his way. And we'll do a future feeding video of this little dude at a later date. Sorry, buddy, didn't mean to ruin your home. Yeah, sorry, I'm just being a little bit OCD with how the enclosure looks. But there we have it. Our new addition, our Laos forest scorpion, or Heterometra laoticus. And now, let's go see how our previous additions are doing. So, if you remember our predatory beetles, they're just in here. They're probably going to scurry away as soon as I open this lid, which is why I started the recording with the lid on. Scurrying around on their hide. I moved the hide a little bit forwards because I noticed that I may need to bring the sand substrate up a little bit higher because one went into the corner and didn't seem to be able to get round through. So now they can cut through the back, and there's a little hole around the back of the hide they can get in. They like to spend a lot of time actually on the hide. As for the old water dish that I made here, it sprung a little bit of a leak somewhere, so I'm going to have to do some repairs on that, but for now we're just using a bottle top lid with some water in for them to drink from. As you can see, they like to go round the back there. Now we'll try and do another feeding video of these guys another time, but I just want to show you that they are safe and they are well. And what I find interesting in these actually is you can see all the marks in the sand where they have scurried around. I just think it's brilliant. These are the remains of the last cricket that they ate. So there we have it, our Egyptian predatory beetles again. Doing fine, doing well. And now we have our little African twig mantis. Now, if you remember me saying this was a temporary enclosure for it, it still is. I'm just waiting for a molt, see how much it changes in the next molt, and then we can move it into something different. So let's just open this. Ah, it's on the lidlet. Try and get it to focus. There we go. There's our little dude. Doing fine and well, feeding off fruit flies. Absolute animal when it comes to the fruit flies being dropped in its enclosure, and a very little placid happy chappy. However, because it is hanging from the lid, and most of the times it's been hanging from the twigs, I don't want to keep it out for too long, just in case it is in a pre-molt. Although it's not looking particularly lighter, as they often do before they shed, I just wanted to put it back in just in case. So there we have it, doing absolutely fine and well. Lovely little guy. I will try and buy myself a macro lens. I still had the one on the old camera, if you remember from the first video, but it wasn't picking up very well. However, I'm going to try and get a lens kit for my actual phone until I can afford a better video camera, so that you can see this guy a little bit better. So I'm just going to pop him back on now, very carefully. Don't want him to run. And there we have it. Now, if you remember our little centipede enclosure, again, still a temporary enclosure, but I'm waiting for it to get a little bit bigger before I move it on. Now, I can't guarantee we'll definitely get good footage of this guy. Sorry, bear with me. Now, these do have a tendency to run up tongs, so I've got to be very, very careful here. I've also got to make sure that when I'm moving the sphagnum moss that I'm not actually going to disturb the centipede. So we're just going to have a dig. Not that side. These are renowned for being hard to find, especially when they're small. Plus it can burrow. So if you want to be a first time centipede owner, you can expect to not see it that often. You know what, guys? Very sorry about this. We're not going to be able to find him. However, I did get a good picture of him the other day, so I'm going to provide you with a photograph instead. Just as I gave up hope, guys, I was just about to put the sphagnum moss back the right way, and I discovered him. Whoa, did you see that? You probably didn't catch it. I'm gutted about that. I'm not sure if I could have caught that on the camera. And lastly, here are our roaches. Our lovely hissing roaches. Bit of a better clip of them now. Hanging out on top of their hide. The reason they're hanging out on top of their hide, guys, is because it's a little bit too moist on the substrate for them at the moment. They want it a little bit drier. So as soon as that dries out, they'll be down there and happy. But they are going down to feed and to get water. Now, I've got this balanced at a funny way, but let's see if we can hear that noise again. Oh, they don't want to play today. There we go. The renowned hissing noise. So guys, if you're wondering why I said lastly when it came to the roaches, that's because our stick insect fortunately passed away. Now, if you haven't seen the video on the stick insect while she was alive, just scroll on back and click on that one. The thumbnail is of her herself. Now, she wasn't feeding like I said in the stick insect video previously, and I got in contact with Malcolm Lee again, the same guy that I gave the location to, and the guy that's provided me all the information about that particular species. And he said to me, he said, look Sam, she's way beyond her time. She's probably not going to feed now, and she will pass shortly. Hopefully you can get some eggs from her. Well, I did manage to get some eggs from her. Not a huge amount, but we've probably got roughly 10 to 12. I've been in contact with other people of how to keep these eggs. They've got to have the winter months, they've got to have the cold of the winter. So I can actually keep them in the fridge for a while and then keep them outside if possible, but I'm going to have to do a windowsill because I don't own a garden. So hopefully in late spring, late March, we should have some babies, providing I could look after them correctly. So we'll be able to continue on the video about that species then. Now, I will be getting more additions, I will be getting proper rehousing videos, I do promise you that, but it's all going to take time. The secret that I mentioned in the previous video, which is still a secret I'm afraid guys, has cost me a bomb. So it might be a while for a new edition. Then again, I might get paid better than I thought and go, why not, let's get another one. However, I will do my best to keep my videos as entertaining as I can, or as educational as I can, and hopefully we'll get a nice good feeding video of our pickers that we have today. And yeah, just thanks again for watching guys. If you could hit that subscribe button if you're brand new to the channel, that would be great. If you like it, leave me a comment, especially on scorpion advice if possible, because like I said, I'm a first time owner of a scorpion. I would like as much information as possible to keep her, him, whatever it is. Or you could tell me how to sex them if you like down below. And yeah, well that's going to be it from me today guys. Again, like I said, thanks for bearing with me on such a casual video today of me just being knackered. Anyway, I'll see you next time.